Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Sterling Reads, and I want to go over some things that I have actually read. I haven't been feeling well, so, sinuses and everything, but I'm here. And my cats have been having the zoomies, so they have been wild. Like, they just knocked this off a second ago. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. And here Sterling's coming down. I have this set up on a cat tree, so hopefully once he's down, hopefully there will be no more shaking. Okay, the first book, I just finished this. It's called Remnant Population, and I saw this on Katja's channel. I'll link her down below. I think it's Turning the Page with Katja or something like that. Anyway, it's Remnant Population by Elizabeth Moon. And this was really good. I enjoyed it. It's about a woman who is 70 years old, and she's on a planet with her son and daughter-in-law, and they're evacuating the planet. You don't really know why, but it's they're all having to leave, and they're all having to leave soon. So she was one of the first ones to generation to come to the planet. So her son, who is now an adult, he was a baby when they came to the planet. Anyway, what's really interesting is, like I said, she's in her 70s and she doesn't want to leave. She does not want to die frozen on some spaceship. She wants to stay, and she wants to be alone. Well, she ends up hiding out, and her son and daughter-in-law leave, thinking that she's going to catch a later flight, and she doesn't, and she ends up meeting these other species that are on the planet and building a relationship with them, and it was very good, very good. I'm guessing, I think this is a series, maybe. I'll have to look more into that, but I enjoyed Elizabeth Moon. This is the first book by her that I've read. Another book that I read early on, it might have been more like the end of December, was Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This book was strange. I don't think I really liked it, but I mean, I understand. I definitely see the value in it. That was Prim and Rollo. I guess it's because it freaked me out, because I do believe in brainwashing, and I believe that a lot of that stuff goes on today, and I don't know, I feel like we have to question everything, and it's do I really like this, or do I like this because I've been taught to like this, or to believe that this is important? I don't know. So there was a part that they went into a room full of children, and the children were sleeping, and underneath, let's see, it said the director walked slowly down the long line of cots. Rosy and relaxed with sleep. 80 little boys and girls lay softly breathing. There was a whisper under every pillow. The GHC halted and, bending over one of the little beds, listened attentively. Elementary class consciousness, did you say? Let's have it repeated a little louder by the trumpet. And it says, it's talking about these different children, groups of children are learning different things, and it's creepy for sure. So it says, all wear green, said a soft voice, but very distinctive voice. A very distinct voice, beginning in the middle of a sentence. And Delta children wear khaki. Oh no, I don't want to play with Delta children. And Epsilons are still worse. They're too stupid to be able to read or write. Besides, they wear black, which is such a beastly color. I'm so glad I'm Beta. There was a pause, and the voice began again. Alpha children wear gray. They work much harder than we do because they are so frightfully clever. I'm really awfully glad I'm a beta because I don't work so hard. And then we are much better than the gammas and deltas. Gammas are stupid. They all wear green, and delta children wear khaki. Oh no, I don't want to play with delta children, and Epsilons are still worse. They're too stupid to be able... ... The director pushed back the switch. The voice was silent, and only its thin ghostly continued to mutter from beneath the 80 pillows. They'll have that repeated 40 or 50 times more before they wake, then again on Thursday, and again on Saturday, 120 times through... 120 times 3 times a week for 30 months. There's like times. After which they go on to a more advanced lesson. So yeah, it was good. I don't know how much I liked it because it creeped me out, but yeah, I read A Brave New World. A book I enjoyed. It reminded me of so many different things, and that was, I finished The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. I did really enjoy this. I don't know about the end. I don't even know why it's called The Hunchback. I feel like it should have had a different title. Well, I guess this is called Notre Dame de Paris, which means of Paris. But still, I don't know. I just feel like Esmeralda should have been the title because I felt like this was way more about her. And gosh, she was very shallow. I don't know. It was good. I'm glad I read it. The ending, little one, where are you going? This is my little prim. But yeah, I don't know about the characters. It was enjoyable though. I did really enjoy it. And I read that with a group of people. I'm not sure everyone who finished it. I know Mark over at Book Time with Elvis and Shawn D. Standfast finished it. I don't know if Farrah did or not. But, oh, are you gonna sneeze? I have a feeling. Anyway, yeah, so it was enjoyable. So a book that I read that I really liked was Resurrection by Leo Tolstoy. So this book, I feel like Tolstoy always has a character that has money and then, or comes from a wealthy family and then realizes all the poverty and like sadness and need in the world, and then tries to change his life and help everybody around him. And that's what this book was. So it's about this woman who is going up. She's on trial for prostitution. Well, she's on trial for killing a man, poisoning him, but she's a prostitute. And one of the jurors, our main character, he realizes that she is a girl who he took advantage of when he was younger, got her pregnant. He left. He went off to the war or whatever, and he left her pregnant. And then his aunts, she was a maid, and his aunts, they kicked her out, and then she was destitute. What are you going to do now? You're a soiled woman. So we learn more about what happened to her, because while he's on this jury, he's realizing, did my decisions, my actions, what I did to her. On the back, it says that he forced himself on her. That is not what happened. I mean, it seemed mutual. She was young and he was young, and it seemed like a mutual thing that they did, and a pregnancy came out of it. But he blames himself, and he is trying to make her life better. But a whole bunch of stuff happens. I mean, she gets charged guilty, ends up having to go to Siberia. the prison, and he follows along on a train, and now I have Rollo and Sterling. I was like, man, I thought he was gonna jump up on that thing and knock it over. Anyway, this was very good. Okay, Prim, I need you to... Now Roger is in the mix. I tell you what, never a dull moment. Okay, little one. Thank you. So the last thing that I finished was The Secret Lives of Bats by Merlin Tuttle. This book, I wanted to be more about bats. I feel like it was more about Merlin Tuttle's history of when he was young and his first experience with bats, and he did do a lot. Are you okay? You're sipping on all my books? He did do a lot to help with the bats, and I always have a mixed thing. I mean, I understand you have to tag them to study, to like follow them and know, because otherwise you can't tell the bats apart. But I also hate the idea of tagging. I always feel like you're gonna, like tagging of the butterflies, like I'm afraid you're gonna hurt them. And anyway, this is my Prim. So no, this is a library book. Thank you very much. But anyway, this was good. It was informative. It was interesting. I wish it had more about... I mean, it did have plenty of... It was fine. It had plenty about bats. I'm just being picky, I guess. So I'm reading a couple of things right now. I'm always reading a couple of things. I'm still reading The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah. This is very good. I'd say I'm halfway through. I love that. I mean, of course, the author, this isn't her real name, but I love that Sister Souljah is a character in the book that I have not met yet, but she's actually, our main character, Winter, is on her way. I mean, I feel like she's hit rock bottom now, and she is on her way to meet her, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm reading The Trap by Tabitha King, because look at this cover. I don't really know very much about what this is about, but I mean, this is like perfect time. I have to read it right now because we have had a ton of snow and it's very cold, and I just feel like, yeah, I gotta read it now. And I haven't read a Tabitha King in a couple of years. And Tabitha King is Stephen King's wife, and I'm pretty sure that's out of print. Okay, so I did finish another book, and I'll just show you this one, even though this is the one I'm currently reading, What the Chicken Knows by Cy Montgomery. You can find this book and the other one that I read, which was called The Hummingbird's Gift, in a bind-up called something like Birdology by Cy Montgomery. But anyway, I just started reading this, and I really enjoyed The Hummingbird's Gift. But this one, I grew up with chickens, and I remember we had, oh my goodness, things might get knocked around now. But anyway, I grew up with chickens. We always had a mean rooster. But they said in this book that if you have a mean rooster, just pick it up. Carefully, like don't get pecked to death, or spurred to death. But they said get him used to you. And yeah, it's good to have a rooster because they will protect the hens from like hawks and different predators. But yeah, so that's a tiny little book. That's why I've read 5 things, because I read the Hummingbird's Gift, and that one is 90 pages, so I'll have it done also. So another book I picked back up, not very far into it. I do not know what happened to that bookmark. It's looking pretty rough. But anyway, this is Younger by Pamela Redmond Citron. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. I watched this whole series. I don't know if it's like 7 seasons. I own all of them. I've watched them once. I plan to watch them again. I really enjoyed it. Our main character is in her 40s, and she's trying to, her daughter's gone off to college, and she is trying to get back into the work, I want to say work field. I'm not sure if that's, it's like in the back of my head, the word I want to use. It doesn't matter. Anyway, she wants to get back working because her and her husband are getting divorced or just got divorced, and like I said, she's empty nest. She doesn't have any money because her husband like gambled it all away. So she's got to get out there and be independent. Anyway, she loves editing. That's what she was doing before she got pregnant, and she wants to get back into the workforce, as I think Fenchurch is sneezing. But nobody wants to hire her because she's in her 40s. And I think she just turned 41 or 42. She's young, 40s. Which I love because I'm 45, I'll be 46. So I like reading about women in their 40s. And like, oh, it's so frustrating because most of the time you are reading about women in their 40s and they're married with kids and their husbands have like a successful job and they have money, and that irritates me to pieces. When I mean, it's fine sometimes, but that's like Hallmark movies. Like everything's perfect, everybody's perfect, everybody's clothes are clean, everybody's houses are clean. I like real, and this is very good. So little Prim, you hung out with me this whole time. Anyway, I'm hoping to do a 25 books I would like to read in 25. Hopefully I will have time. Hopefully I will have time to do that soon. And because I love watching those videos of what people plan to read, and I have a lot of good ones that I plan to read this year. So I hope you guys are staying warm or cool if you're in Australia, and that you're doing well and that you're enjoying whatever you're doing or whatever you're reading. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.